Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel, guys. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. You know, before the match, we have to do a big live before the match. So we have to talk about the big upcoming match that is scheduled to get underway about 4 hours from now. Seeing we have to talk about the Jamaica Reggae Boyz versus Mexico. CONCACAF Nations League at the National Stadium, so we have to get to it. See, so hold on, let me just see. Yeah, okay. I was just checking to see if I was indeed live. Because sometimes you're not really quite sure, but yes, I am live. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. You guys, a gentle reminder to you guys to, knock up the like button. Knock up the like button, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You know our slogan here at the Formula Sports, both free and easy ways to support the channel. You guys see the title. You guys see the title of the video. Mexico is beatable, but we have to be positive. We're going to talk about it, guys. We're going to talk about it. See, 1 second. Let me just get this out the way. I wish there was a way for me to do this before the stream actually started. I hate every time the stream starts, vloggers will know what I'm referring to. Every time the stream starts, we have to do this particular thing. And I certainly don't know of a way to do it before the stream starts. All right, so it is done now. I hate doing it, man. All right, so welcome back, guys. All right, we see one comment thus far. Richard Stewart, bless up. Richard, what's happening, man? What's happening? What is happening, man? Everything good? Everything good? Everybody upbeat about the big upcoming game? I am upbeat, I don't know, guys. Me personally, I think we'll get a positive result today. I don't know. And I mean, obviously, I've had this feeling before and it never worked out the way how I felt it was going to work out. But I don't know, guys. I just have a feeling so we're going to get a good result today. Honestly, man. Honestly. Yeah, man. Sorry about that, guys. I just have a feeling we'll get a good result today. Work have me busy, boss. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We understand, man. We understand. So life go. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't complain in a whole heap of people want to work in a chat. Whole heap of people sit down and have nothing to do and want something to do. So you have to be grateful for your work, my boss. See? So, you say work have me busy. I hope I not complain, I complain, my boss. God. Trust me, whole heap of people want to work. See? All right, so we're going to talk about a number of things in this particular live stream. We're going to talk about the head-to-head record between both these respective jurisdictions. We're going to touch a bit on the Mexican team. We're going to talk about Mexico versus Suriname that would have taken place the day before yesterday, if memory serves me right. Very interesting match. We're going to get to it. We're going to touch on some game analysis. We're going to talk about a bit of news, and we're going to touch on the starting 11. By the way, guys, from what I understand, Jamal Lowe will not be playing. From what I understand, it was on the Jamaica Observer. Was it on what? The Instagram page or the Twitter page or something? Because I look for it and I don't see it. Seen from this morning, from early this morning, me I hear so Jamal Lowe will not be participating, and then I heard that it was on the Observer. Seeing, but me look on the Observer and I don't see it. So me don't know. Hit me up and let me know where you guys would have, if indeed it was on the Observer or wherever you guys would have seen that, because now I hear a lot of people talking about it, that he won't be there. So I just want confirmation. All right. So the first thing we're going to touch on We're going to touch on the record, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to touch on the record. Scene. You know, I just say, I feel upbeat about the upcoming game later tonight. But I don't know, once you look on the record, ladies and gentlemen, when you look on the record, if you did feel upbeat about the game, that positive vibration kind of going on. See, guys, that's the record on your screen. Boy, it's not the best record, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of Jamaica Reggae Boyz record versus the Mexican national team. We have played them 29 times. We have lost 21 of our 29 games against Mexico. Dear God, Jesus, man. This is definitely one of our worst records in CONCACAF for sure. And I don't even think this is the worst, because if memory serve me right, our record versus Panama, if memory serve me right, is even worse. Seen, but nevertheless, we still feel optimistic, and I still have a good feeling about tonight's game, and I'm gonna tell you guys some of the reasons why I do feel positive about this particular game. But the record, if you look at the record, if you're not careful, you will be dejected, because the record is really and truly not a good one. Right? We have only beaten Mexico 5 times. Seeing we have drawn against them 3 times and we have lost 21 times. The last time we beat Mexico, if memory serves me right, was in the Gold Cup semi-final. Am I wrong or am I right? Hit me up in the comment section and let me know. That's the last time I can remember us beating this particular Mexico team. Well, not this exact team, but Mexico. Seeing? So, and that was a couple of years ago. And we have played them a couple of times since. Let's scroll down a bit to see the last. Hold on. No, hold on. All right, so we play them in the 2 times, from what I'm seeing here, after the last Gold Cup time. Yeah, it looks as if it's 2 times, and we lost the one at the Azteca, the World Cup qualifying game at the Azteca 2-1, and we lost by a similar scoreline in the game at Independence Park at the officer, the National Stadium. Honestly, both games were not the best games from our standpoint. The scorelines look narrow. The scorelines look like the games were close. But for anybody who watched those 2 particular games, those games were not close. Those games were not close, ladies and gentlemen. Don't kid yourselves. Just because we lost both games in the dying stages of both games, don't get it twisted. According to the run of play, those 2 games were not close by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of people forget that those games were not close because we lost the one at the Azteca in extra time, if memory serves me right, when Grant was taken off the pitch. One of the decisions that many people, I don't think up to today, has forgiven the previous gaffer for. And then the one at the National Stadium now, a lot of people use the Damian Lowe red card as an excuse. Now, in my humble opinion, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is a lame excuse, because that red card would have come almost at halftime in that particular game. It was like probably 2 minutes before the halftime break. Seen? And if we're going to be fair and reasonable and honest, we never do nothing in the first half in that game. Absolutely nothing. We struggled to string 3 passes together and pass the halfway line. Seen? But new era, ladies and gentlemen, under a new head coach, a new gaffer, right? Gaffer Paul Hall, seen, and the performances, even if the results have not been what we, want them to be, seen, at least many, there's very, I don't think anybody can really honestly say that the performances have not been better, right? The performances have been better, to be fair. Seeing, I think it's been over 10 years now. I think it's been over 10 years since we have won a game against Mexico in the national stadium, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, look, many people say that history don't have nothing to do with it. Many people say that history does have something to do with it, right? And the fact of the matter is the record isn't the best. I don't know. Guys, hit me up in the comment section. What do you think about history? Is history important? Is history relevant to matters that are taking place now? Some people argue that from a mentality standpoint or from a psychological standpoint, Mexico will come into this a little bit more assertive because they know that their history is against us is good, right? Some people will make that argument from a psychological standpoint to say that that is why, the record is important, in terms of the history of both teams is important and does have some bearing on the upcoming game. To be honest with you, I don't know what side of the fence I am on. I think, to be fair, I think if the boys just go out there and with a belief in the gaffer, with a belief in themselves, seeing the record shouldn't be. As a matter of fact, some people also argue that it could serve as a means to galvanize the boys. That's an argument that could be made as well. You can look at things from multiple perspectives, right? And even if they're saying two opposite things on the same particular issue, both there could be truth in both. Seeing, so that it depends on the mentality going into the game. Many people will argue that, it can be used as a means. The history or the poor record against Mexico can be used as a means to galvanize and motivate the boys. Martin Webb, big up. I just hope the boys will get some fans in the stadium for a win. Yes, people normally do turn out to the stadium for teams to see the Reggae Boys play teams like Mexico, I think you should see more fans in the stands this time around than what took place last time with Suriname. So even though Mexico hasn't carried their full squad with all the A-listers, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially coming on the back of that positive performance. I wouldn't be surprised if you see more people in the stands. No excuse, Kareem Grant is saying the red card. We lose the game when Alvas come on. Yeah, boy, Alvas. Boy. Big up Alvas spoil. Big up Alvas spoil. Best of formula. Toughy Rudy. Big up boss. Big up boss. So, there you have it. Our record against Mexico overall. I cannot speak on the Nations League record between Mexico because this is actually the very first time we'll be playing Mexico in the CONCACAF Nations League. Last year Mexico was in League A and we were in League B. So this is the very first time that we are squaring off against Mexico in the CONCACAF Nations League. So there's obviously no history between us in this particular tournament. It would be so very good if we could start off our record against, or start off our history against Mexico in this competition with a win. That would be very good. But just a quick recap, our record against the Jamaica national team record against Mexico: 29 games played, 5 victories, 3 losses, 5 victories, 3 draws rather. 3 draws. Why? Anyways, 3 draws and 21 losses. So that is the record. not the best record, even though I've seen if memory serves me right, our record against Panama is even worse. Memory serves me right, our record against Panama is even worse. All right. So we're gonna share the Mexican team. By the way, me hear some Mexico drop a starting lineup. Is that true? Has the Mexican starting lineup been published already? Is that true, ladies and gentlemen? Talk to me in the comment sections. 2 things more want to tell me in the comment section. Well, more than 1 thing more want to tell me in the comment section. I want you guys to share your thoughts on the upcoming game in the comment section. 1, 2, I want you guys to tell me, to tell me exactly where the news is on Jamal Low's exclusion because of injury. I heard it's on Observer, went on Observer, don't see anything. So, I don't know, probably my justness, I don't know, probably my eyes now work so well today. And also, tell me if it is indeed true that the Mexican starting lineup has dropped, because I've been looking for it and I don't see that either. So, by the way, guys, you have to bear with me now because me and technology, I really say eye to eye. See, me and technology, I want to learn to turn on computer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ashamed for talking, that joke, it's not so bad, but when I say what probably in the last couple of years I've gotten better with technology, but it's not my strong point. All right. By the way, big up Conrad, big up, big up, big up, big up. Big up, Conrad. All right, so we're looking at the team now. We're looking at the Mexican team. And we see the roster here on our screen. Just going to scroll down so you guys can see it. And this team mostly is consistent of Mexican league players. Most of the players in this Mexican team plays in the Mexican league. You have a couple of MLS players as well. The right back plays for LA Galaxy. He's a starting right back at LA Galaxy. And I think when my boss the name again? Wait, hold on. Yes. Pizarro is not at Inter Miami anymore, no? I didn't even remember about that. In my head, Pizarro still there, something there. Still there, Inter Miami. Oh, but yes, he's on loan. He's on loan from Inter Miami. Yes, I remember that. I remember hearing about that deal. Yeah, man. Pizarro is not at Miami anymore, so he's in the Mexican league as well. On loan from Damian Nanalo's Inter Miami, and there are some players in Europe on this particular team as well too. We all know about the winger, Diego Lainez. He plays for Real Betis. He hasn't gotten much game time this season compared to last season, right? But still a very dangerous player nonetheless. Pineda, who would have recently made a move from the Mexican League to the Spanish La Liga with Celta Vigo. Seen? So Pineda is there as well as one of the few European-based players. And now Marcelo Flores as well. I don't know if you guys saw the Suriname game, By the way, Marcelo Flores is a Arsenal U23 player. He's an Arsenal U23 player, and he came on as a substitute in the game against Suriname, and boy, oh boy, did he catch the eye. He was lively, to say the least. A very dangerous-looking player. So, look, the fact of the matter is this Mexican team is obviously by far not the strongest Mexican team. They have some big names that are not in it. We all know that. They have some big names that are not in it. And but nevertheless, this team on paper is still, can go up against the best in CONCACAF on any given day, in my humble opinion. I mean, the Mexican League is no joke. I think we all know that, right? I mean, I'm not I am not the greatest footballing mind in the world. I'm not the repository of all knowledge in the football world, but I know enough about football to know that the Mexican League is no joke. Seen? The Mexican League is no joke. Rob Smith, Bill man. Rob Smith, me tell you what I genuinely believe in a boss. Me tell you, when we played Suriname down in Suriname, because of the players that we had that were out. Ravel wasn't going to be in the game. Boza wasn't going to be in the game. Bell wasn't going to be in the game. We all know the players low and so forth and so forth. So based on the troops that we had down in Suriname, we were underdogs playing away from home in Suriname against Suriname 1 and 2. We had an inferior team. Our team, I know you don't believe me, I think a foolish me attack. So be it, Rob Smith. But me I tell you, our team that played down in Suriname was an inferior team to Suriname. See? But this particular game, I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why I am a little bit optimistic going into this particular game. See? Yeah, man, I know a trouble here trouble me, man, Rob Smith. I know a trouble here trouble me. I'm surprised they name forward in here and call me by my government name in a rap Smith. I'm surprised they name forward in here and call me by my government name. See? 3 line. By the way, hold on, I'm Google it, the something they match quick and fast. Because something they not play today, no? Costa Rica not play today, no? Hold on, I want to watch the match there too, you know. I go try and see if I can find a match there, no. There you go. Costa Rica 1, New Zealand 0. Costa Rica 1, New Zealand 0. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Our fellow Caribbean, not Caribbean, you might have foolish about Caribbean. Our fellow CONCACAF team look like them squeeze past. Yo, hold on there, guys. It look like them squeeze past New Zealand. I had heard that New Zealand got a goal and it was disallowed. But judging by these stats, yo, Costa Rica, a beer smash and grab victories Costa Rica get in recent times, you know. Costa Rica is really and truly not the best team, you know. Look at these stats. 14 Costa Rican shots, 15 shots from New Zealand, 4 shots on target from New Zealand, 3 on target from Costa Rica. So Costa Rica was far more economical with their shots on target. Possession 67% to New Zealand to 33% to Costa Rica. 589 passes for New Zealand, almost 600 passes to Costa Rica's 302. New Zealand had 82% passing accuracy. Costa Rica had 68% passing accuracy. It looked like this game was a very choppy game though, because judging by the amount of fouls, New Zealand had 14 fouls, Costa Rica had 13. New Zealand had 6 corners. Oh, you watch the game, Rob? Yeah, man, I have to try to see if I can find that game. I go watch that game. I definitely want to watch that game. I am going to find this game and watch this particular game. To be honest with you, I hope Costa Rica don't go to Qatar and embarrass CONCACAF, you know. Because I am... oh, God. I am expecting Mexico, the US, and Canada to represent CONCACAF well at the World Cup. Right? But me not expect nothing much from Costa Rica. I think it's gonna be a rough FIFA World Cup for Costa Rica. But to be fair, they have gotten there. So congrats to Costa Rica. I never could have imagined or guessed in my wildest dreams that Costa Rica would have gotten to Qatar. Even before the qualifier started, I was saying on this platform, Costa Rica and El Salvador are the 2 worst teams in the octagonal. But they have made it halfway through the final round qualifiers, they never look like them they're gonna make it. They were as a matter of fact, they were behind us. They were behind us, but they make it. Seen? Yeah, man, Rob Smith. So Kevin Williams said Costa Rica win. B. Douglas said Costa Rica qualify. Rob Smith said Costa Rica scored early and sit back like they always do. Yeah, man, they got an early goal, man. Joel Campbell. What would Costa Rica do without Joel Campbell? Without Joel Campbell, Costa Rica would not go to Qatar. I think that's pretty obvious. I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah, them very organized, you know. They're very organized and very robust in keeping out opposition teams. They don't give away a lot at the back. They don't give away a lot at the back. That's a good point. That's a good point. So when them do get sets of bomb and get that one goal there, it'll go hard for break them down, man. When them pack up everything behind the ball. And what I rate with them as well, they manage the games very well. They manage games very, 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 very well. Seen? All right. So back to this Mexico team now. As I said, not the strongest Mexican team, but still a very good Mexican team filled with mostly players that are playing in the Mexican League, which is obviously everybody knows a top quality league. I mean, look at the market values of these players. Right? The goalkeeper, Carles Acevedo, 5 million euros. And he plays in the Mexican League. Rodolfo Cota, another goalkeeper, plays in the Mexican League, 1.5 million euros market value. Right? Jesus Angulo, centre back, plays in the Mexican League, 6 million euro. This player is valued 6 million euros. Israel Reyes, Mexican League again, 3.5 million euros. Right? And transfer markets valuations are highly respected and highly regarded. Eric Aguirre, Mexican League again, 5 million euro valuation. Kevin Alvarez, Mexican League again, 5 million euro valuation. Jesus Gallardo, Mexican League again, 3 million euro valuation. These players are highly. Eric Sanchez, Mexican League again, 7 million euro valuation. Luis Romo, who controlled the midfield for Mexico against Suriname as the deeper line midfielder. Mexican League again, 7 million euros. I mean, we could go on and on and on. Most of this squad is based in the Mexican League, and basically almost all of them have million euro valuations. Seen? And obviously the ones who don't play in Mexico, obviously they have million dollar valuations as well. Right? So there you have it. This is the Mexican. You know what? Let me call out the. Should I call out the Mexican? That's not necessary. We can just quickly talk about the danger players. All right, Diego Lainez, obviously a danger player. As I said, plays for Real Betis. Didn't get a lot of games this season, but last season he had a massive role to play for Real Betis. Rodolfo Pizarro is another danger player as well. He can play as a winger. He can play as a number 9, or he can play as a number 10. Right? So for those of you who would have watched this player for the Mexican national team and also Inter Miami, Pineda is another dangerous player, and he plays for Celta Vigo. Luis Romo is very instrumental in the midfield, in controlling the midfield for this Mexican team. Eric Sanchez is also a solid player for them as well. Julian Araujo, I think is how you pronounce his name, right back at LA Galaxy. He is a quality player for them as well. Very dangerous when it comes to overlapping. And Mexico, that's a pattern of play that you will see, you know, very often with Mexico from the standpoint of wingers moving into the half spaces to be goal threats and fullbacks making overlapping runs to be an outlet in the wing channels to get crosses into the box, whether low crosses or aerial crosses, or even to cut it back in the half spaces for the wingers being a goal threat. All right. So, those are pretty much the real danger players for the Mexicans. Seeing and how could we forget the Marcelo Flores as well, the Arsenal U23 18-year-old. He is a player that will definitely have an impact for them off the bench as well. He's a live wire off the bench, super sub, and a player that should not be taken rather lightly. All right. Rob Smith said Costa Rica know who they are, play to their strengths. Yeah, man, I agree. Costa Rica is good at getting to the World Cup. Simple. CC, this is one of the greatest points you have ever made, CC. CC, this is such truer words have never been spoken, CC. CC, truer words have never been spoken, my boss. You hit the nail on the head, brethren. You hit the nail on the head. Costa Rica just knows how to get to World Cups, brethren. A whole heap of campaign. You see Costa Rica side and you say, boy, Costa Rica, this is a team and not supposed to go World Cup, But they make it. They always make it, brethren. This is a team where, you see, winning mentality is very important in sports, Seeing? And qualifying to the World Cup mentality is also very important as well, right? The players just know what it takes. They know how deep they have to dig. Seeing? So mentality in sports is very, very important. Winning mentality, I always hear coaches talk about, right? This is a new mentality where we just make up on the spot, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying to the World Cup mentality. That is a mentality that Costa Rica has. Plain and simple, CC, me agree with 150%. They are just good at getting to the World Cup, and it is literally as simple as that. Seeing? CC's, yo, hold on, let me clarify that comment here. Let me get a little beaten for this, Let me clarify this comment, ladies and gentlemen. I want to clarify that Costa Rica good at defending 1-0 leads. Yeah, my Ricardo Robinson, I agree. All right. Let me clarify that comment here. CC, what I was basically saying, I'm going to say Rob Smith beat me with it too, What I was basically saying is that this is a tough Mexican team to play. Even though it's an inferior Mexico team, it is still a tough. It's not an easy team to play. So we're going to need luck. We're going to need luck to help us get, I don't know, luck or God's blessing or, I don't know what. Father God, make him light shine upon us today. Or luck or however you want to put it. We're going to need that little bit of extra. I think this game is going to be actually close, I think this game is going to be close, and any little thing that can get us over the line against this particular team, so be it. But the fact of the matter is this is going to be a tough game, right? When I said that we're going to, good luck to you, you guys are going to need it, I never meant that Mexico was going to steamroll us. So, with a hope and pray, say, because we can't beat this team or they're a far greater team than us. That's not what I meant. I just meant it's going to be a really tough game. We need every little thing to help us get over the line. You see how words can be easily misconstrued. Eddie, big up, bro. Big up. And Jamaica don't know what it takes to qualify. Boy, It's been so long, Eddie, we forget. It's been so long, Eddie, that we have forgotten. Seen? All right. So, guys, do me a favor. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know who you think has the strongest squad on paper. I personally give the edge to the Mexicans. Certainly from the standpoint of the overall squad, both the starting 11 and the squad depth, the players that they have that they can bring off the bench. Seeing, do you guys agree with me in the comment section? Yeah, but Shimel, I was talking to Paul Hall in a Shimel. I was actually interviewing him in a press conference, asking him questions. So, I was just bigging up Paul Hall, wishing him all the best for the upcoming game. That's all I was doing. I can't wish. I mean, saying Mexico needs a little bit of luck to beat us. I can say that now as well. But in that particular context, it never really called for, so to speak, to say that. Seeing it would have been out of context. But fair point, I understand your point. So guys, hit me up in the comment section. By the way, before you hit me up in the comment section, smash the like button. Smash the like button. Free and easy ways to support the channel. Seeing, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also another free and easy way to support the channel. Sports on the ball. Formula Mexico have a system, so it doesn't matter who plays for them, they possess a real threat. And that's fair. That's fair, sports on the ball. That's fair. But under Paul Hall right now, we have a system as well. The thing about it though, now, and this is going more into the match analysis. The thing about it now is that will Paul Hall go the route of applying his philosophy, or will he go the route of being more pragmatic? That is the question that needs to be asked, because I have heard Paul Hall speak about Mexico, and Paul Hall seems to have a tremendous amount of respect for Mexico, That can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing, Now, people have seen in the past where, for instance, against Canada, in the World Cup qualifiers, where even though we had a far inferior team going to Canada because our big name players were not involved, he still played, or tried to play according to his philosophy rather than going the more pragmatic route. Seen? But we have to remember as well that we had nothing to play for in that particular game. We were out of the World Cup. Seen? The game against Catalonia, we went there with an inferior team, a team that was, basically flung together, so to speak, with the main intention of just looking at players. And we saw where Paula tried to implement his philosophy, but that was also another game of no importance. This is a game of high importance. So what will Paul Hall do? Will Paul Hall go the route of playing the same way he always wants to play, implementing his system and his philosophy on the pitch, or will his high regard and high amount of respect for Mexico come into play? He would have seen the performance against Suriname and said, boy, it's probably best I go a more pragmatic route. We also have to bear in mind as well that this game is indeed being played in our national stadium. I don't think it would be, me personally, I would not want to see us going the more pragmatic route against Mexico in our national stadium. I don't want to see that, because that would just be a little bit cowardly in my humble opinion. And while I do think that the Mexicans have a superior team, I do think their team on paper is stronger than ours. I don't think the gap between our teams on paper is that large, especially the starting 11s. Probably when you start to factor in the JPL players, the gap probably start to widen. But that's more from the perspective of the overall squad or the squad depth. But the starting 11 especially, I don't think the gap is that big between respective teams. So sports on the ball, the moral of the story is that Paul Hall does have a system as well, but our system is clearly not as entrenched as the Mexican system is. And with the Mexican system, this is something that has been taught to these players ever since they were boys. So we have to bear that in mind as well. They grew up in this system. They grew up knowing the respective roles and the respective functions of this particular system. The system that Paula implements, while it is on a game-to-game basis, obviously the players would not have grown up in this system, and obviously Paula would have just arrived in our national setup with this system. So, sports on the ball, though, this is a solid point. Good point, sports on the ball. Hot chili. Mexico don't need luck. They have the ref in their favor already. Why you say that now, Hot chili? By the way, what nationality is the ref? Is the referee going to be a Central American referee? Because, boy, Central American referees do us no favor in a man. Boy, me no know, look, me not gonna say what they on my mind, Me not gonna say what they on my mind. J.A. loser, no Colin Quest. You're forwarding with their negativity now, Colin Quest. But they are build of vibes in a Colin Quest. Me not understand your boss. But they are build of vibes and you're forwarding with negativity. Me not understand your boss. Look how they are. I said the team can get a victory tonight. And you're forwarding with straight up negativity. You said the Surinamese had a slight edge too. In the Suriname, I said the Surinamese has a slight edge with regards to the personnel that we had in Suriname. Shemel, remember our strongest team was not in Suriname, right? Ravel was not there, Boza was not there. So Ravel, Boza, Low, Bell, those players played the second Suriname game, but they didn't play the first Suriname game. In all honesty, who was the better team down in Suriname? Guys, is a Buckup's goal Suriname take and draw the game? Yes, true. But according to the run of play, ladies and gentlemen, according to the run of play, we were actually the inferior team down in Suriname if we're going to be real enough. To be fair, we did get the better chances, especially in the last 4 minutes or so when the game was stretched and the game was very open and both teams were trying to snatch it. We got some good chances on the counter. But according to the run of play, honestly, I thought Suriname did indeed have the slight edge over us according to the run of play down in Suriname. But obviously, we were the better team at the National Stadium when the stronger players came in. But when I said this, I wasn't talking about the overall squad. I wasn't talking about the overall Nations League squad, Shemil. I was referring to strictly the boots that we had on the ground down in Suriname versus the boots that Suriname had on the ground down in Suriname. I agree with Formula. Of course, we need the luck. We have to defend well to win. We have to do a lot of things well to win. Eddie, we have to do a lot of things well to win. I know nobody not tell me, say, all right, Formula, is it true that... Rajan, this is what I want to know. I hear that Observer reported it. Guys, hit me up in the comment section and is it true that Observer reported that Jamal Lowe will not be playing? Because I looked on Observer and I don't see nothing. From early this morning, me all get phone call and ask me if Jamal Lowe play. So really and truly, me no know because me no see, hold on, me go up on Observer Instagram. Me could circle this once and for all. The argument are done once and for all, you know. Once and for all, the argument are done right now. See? Let me go on the Jamaica Observer Instagram and see if it, because I went on the website, but go up on the website, me never see nothing. Yo, me not see nothing, but because me go up on Observer thing on Observer Instagram and me never see nothing either, you know. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, me not see nothing on Observer with something there, you know. Nothing me not see on Observer. Me go up on them website, me go up on them Instagram. Yo, me no know, me no see it in a hold on. Me just get a text. Oh, these are the Mexicans. Alex, thanks to that one, my boss. Thanks to that one, my boss. Because me there look for the Mexican starting lineup, you know, because me hear so the Mexican starting lineup out, you know. But me never see it either. Alright, so we're gonna talk about the Mexican starting lineup as well. Because this is apparently out as well. But me no know, ladies and gentlemen, me no see the Jamal Lowe story. Me no see the manners and respect, Alex. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Me no know. The Jamal Lowe story, me not see it at all. Me hear say that Jamal Lowe is out, but me hear say the Observer, but me not see it. Me not see it. Me no know. Alright, me could continue with the program, and then if we can get an update on that, then we can get an update on that. Alright, so thanks to that one, Alex. Much appreciated, man. Because me there look for the starting 11, you know. Because me hear so the starting 11 was out and me never see nothing. Paul haven't shown he can organize us defensively, so that might harm us. Rob Smith, that's a fair point, you know. The defensive organization at times has been not the best. In defensive transition, there have been moments when under Paul Hall's tenure, when we have been a bit shaky. I know Wunwun definitely agrees with that point. Wunwun, big up, boss. I know Wunwun definitely agree with that point there. I want a ticket and Dre anywhere that sports, but I like in America. Okay. Dre anywhere that I give a ticket over, so what you know say? Look like we have to start have ticket giveaways for Formula too. When Formula get the money, ladies and gentlemen, when Formula get the money, when Formula rich in her life. See, when Taylor and Cataract insults people knowledge of the game, it's a pity. I said that Costa Rica is a big team. They call Costa Rica an old man team. But them not wrong, Antonio Rogers. It is an old man team. And a lie. You know what helped get Costa Rica to the World Cup? Midway the tournament, in a number of the games, they injected some relatively new, younger, fresher Costa Rican players, especially in the midfield. Go check it if you guys don't believe me. Literally, a number of the big results that they would have gotten was as a result of some either debutants that they injected midway the tournament, midway the qualifiers, or some players that had like 2-3 caps for Costa Rica leading into the qualifiers. They injected some relatively new, young, fresh blood, especially in the midfield. And there are a number of games where the midfield looked a different engine. And that played a massive role in helping Costa Rica get over the line as well. The Mexican League is a high quality league, better than MLS and some of the leagues in Europe also. Pineda and Lainez are quality players for Mexico. Yeah, man, much agreed. The Mexican League is rated higher than a number of leagues in Europe. A number of leagues in Europe. This Mexico team is, God, one. You know, the me and you are brethren, but there's rarely a point where me and you agree upon in a one. Yo, dog, me and you are brethren, but we not see eye to eye on football. Me can tell you that. 3/4 of the points where one make for football, even though I think they are valid points and they are reasonable points, and I can understand where he's coming from and why him say what him say. But it's rare when me agree with one. You know, agree with one. I think we can both agree that it is rare that we agree. We can both agree that it is rare when we agree. Yeah, man, big up, Alex. Me soon share it with the masses too. Because I don't know how many people actually see the Mexican team. All right, so soon get to the comments. But I want to talk a little bit about the Suriname and Mexico game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, show of hands how many people would have seen that particular game. Mexico versus Suriname. An interesting game. I think Suriname shot themselves in the foot on at least 2 occasions with 2 careless goals that they would have conceded. Careless goals, man. The first goal was a disgrace. I mean, I don't know what that player was trying to do. And that particular player that made that error, you know, in the poor clearance, you know, is an Eredivisie player, you know. He's an Eredivisie starter as well, if memory serves me right. Seen? And it was just a poor clearance. And it was a good snapshot from the Mexican player as well. It was a good, he reacted quickly to it. His back was turned to goal. That is a player who knows where the goal is. His back was turned to goal. He reacted well to it. Turned, got the shot off. Keeper rooted to his spot. 1-0. That was like, it was in the second minute, if memory serves me right, of the game. Seen, and then they went down 2-0 with, I don't even know what this player was trying to do. Diego Lainez ran at the Surinamese back line. Got past like probably 2 or 3 players. Kind of got in behind, but I still think it was an unnecessary challenge because the opportunity was there for the Surinamese defender to recover and get on the right side of Diego Lainez. And also, Diego Lainez was not a direct goal threat in that particular scenario. And if memory serves me right, Lainez had overrun the play as well, and the ball was going out of touch. He didn't need to foul the player. He didn't even make an attempt at the ball and completely took out Lainez. So careless defending on the part of Suriname. In terms of, let me tell you, Suriname was very well organized defensively for the most part throughout the game, but careless individual errors. So as a team, as a collective, they defended well, but careless, terrible individual errors really cost them the game. I think that they struggled. I think one of the things that really beat Suriname is they started the game on a negative footing. And by that, what I mean is I think they showed Mexico a little bit too much respect. I understand why they did it. You know, stronger team and they're playing away. True. But they started in a 5-3-2. They started in a 5-3-2. And I think that made it very difficult. I think that they started on a negative footing. Their starting position was very deep. Very deep. They defended, especially for the majority of the first half, they defended very deep. Seen and in a I can't even say a mid to low block. It was basically a low block. And tried to hit Mexico on the counter. So I think that Mexico had the superior numbers in midfield, and especially in attacking transition when Suriname was trying to play out from the back or play out from evade the Mexican press, so to speak. Suriname definitely struggled with that. And I think one of the main reasons for that was they had a lot of players, or they had too many players behind the ball, seeing, and they weren't getting enough numbers quickly forward because of how negatively they approached the game. I think Bizeswar as well was playing too high, because Bizeswar is their controller in the middle of the park, and he was playing very high in the game, at times in the forward line, and he wasn't being that pivot player to help them play out of the Mexican pressure. In the second half, Suriname looked far better playing out of the Mexican pressure. Far, far, far better, because they switched the formation or the system to 4-2-3-1 scene, and they put Bizeswar in the pivot as a box-to-box controller to help them take control of the midfield. So they put more numbers in midfield, and they put Bizeswar as a controller to help to control the game. Mexico didn't high press and front press. They didn't high press and counter press as much as they did in the first half, which caused Suriname a lot of problems. But they still had a number of moments in the second half, Mexico, where they did high press and counter press. And because of the change in system, Suriname was able to play out of that pressure. One and two moments when they didn't, but most of the times in the second half, when Suriname changed the system, they were able to evade the Mexican front press. But in the front press in the first half caused them a ton load of problems, and they were losing the ball a lot in very dangerous areas, right? And Mexico should have punished them a lot more. Credit to Suriname, though. Credit to Suriname. In defensive transition, they did pretty well. Even when they lost the ball in dangerous areas, they reorganized pretty quickly. And that's partly to do with the amount of numbers that they would have had behind the ball as well. In the second half, a far more positive performance from Suriname, and it was the game in the second half was a lot more on level footing, so to speak. But Suriname, I think, lost the game in the first half. So I hear a lot of people saying that the Mexicans were poor in the game. I think they managed the game pretty well. Were they poor? I think a lot of people don't give Suriname enough credit. A lot of people think Suriname is a poor team. They are not the best team. They have a lot of technical quality, but I think that the big issue with Suriname is that they have a very old team. Their team is very old. And I think that is a major issue with them. But from a technical ability standpoint, Suriname is not a bad team. So I think this Mexican team did relatively okay, considering the quality opposition that I personally deem Suriname to be. I know a lot of people disagree with that, and that is fair. But one thing I will beat the Mexicans for, and Mexico kind of struggles with this, and this is something that can work in our favor. Mexico struggles in the final third. They don't get it right in the final third in a lot of games. In CONCACAF, they have a tendency to boss possession, dominate possession, have a lot of action taking place in the final third, and even goal mouth action. But they are not the most, their end product, whether it be the final passes whether it be the decision making, whether it be, having a clinical forward to put away chances. It is something that they can be a bit inconsistent in from what I have seen. And I think to some extent as well, that would have shown itself up in the game versus Suriname. Seeing? All right. Sports on the Ball says this Mexico team is still good. Remember, they selected players from the top teams in Mexico, which the Mexico League is a quality league. Yeah, man, I agree. I think a lot of people. Yeah, man, we soon drop the Mexico starting 11, Rajan. We soon drop it. We soon drop it. We soon drop it. We soon show you the Mexican starting 11. I'm surprised a little bit with some of the players that are not in it. We'll talk about that coming up in approximately a short period of time. But yeah, man, Sports on the Ball. I agree with that particular comment. We soon drop the starting 11, Rajan. I find that interesting though, that the Mexican starting 11 has been dropped, but yet still Jamaican drop our starting 11. Why did the Mexicans drop their starting 11 so early? Interesting. Is mind games being worked here, ladies and gentlemen? Is mind games being worked here as well? Yeah, man, big up, Alex, big up. The defense has been absolutely terrible under Hall. By the way, one of the things I noticed in the Suriname and Mexico game, that is something where we can exploit the Mexicans, attacking transition. From an attacking transition standpoint, Suriname caused Mexico a little bit of problems, especially on the counter. So that is something that can be noted as well. Matt squad dropped and Jamal Lowe's name is there. Okay, it is. Okay, interesting. Where you see that, Andre Thomas? Where you see that? Because me I hear a lot of things, but me not see a lot of things, Me I hear a lot of things. Hold on. I am hearing a lot of things, but I am not seeing a lot of things. Hit me up in the comment section, Andre Thompson, and let me know where you see the squad drop and Low name in it. Because me hear a lot of people saying a lot of things, but me not seeing it at all. Let me see if I can find that anywhere. Oh, I think, okay, hold on. All right, hold on. This is on the JFF Instagram page, So the match day squad reads, I'm going to share it. Let me share the match day squad so you guys can see. And then I'm going to share hold on. I am going to share the Mexican starting 11 that I'm seeing as well. And that is from a credible source as well. So let me just bring up the match day squad. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Stewart proposed to him wife, or him girlfriend, This is an interesting thing that I'm just seeing. But just see this pop up. By the way, she's a beautiful woman. Congrats to reggae boy Kevin Stewart. Congrats to reggae boy Kevin Stewart on proposing to his girlfriend. A player that I have a lot of time for, Kevin Stewart. Really good player. Really good player. It's just a damn shame the player is so injury prone. AKA Dr. Glass is what I think Cataract refers to him as. I think I Cataract my first year with that nickname there. All right. By the way, smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Gentle reminder, free and easy ways to support the channel. Andre Thompson, thanks for that update. Much appreciated. Thanks for that update. All right. So, you see the match day squad on your screen right now for the Reggae Boyz. It reads Andre Blake, Ricardo Thomas, Jamai Topi, Amari Bell, Earl Simpson, Jordan Scarlett, Leon Bailey, Tyreek McGee, Jamal Lowe, Ravel Morrison, Shamar Nicholson Jr., Flemings, Kemar Foster, interesting. Akwasa Chang, Daniel Green, Kaheem Paris, Damian Lowe, Atafarai, Bygrave, Kevin Lambert, Rolando Aarons, Javian Brown, Devon Speedy Williams, Jamali Wait. Interesting. By the way, where is Hakeem Chambers? Yo, a beer arms house in a Jamaican football, people. Where is Hakeem Chambers? They say Andre Blake, Jordan Scarlett, Kemar Foster, and Jamali Wait has been added to the squad. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Where is Hakeem Chambers? I thought Hakeem. First of all, I don't see Amal Knight. Let me go over this again. What happened to Amal Knight? Even in this particular Instagram post, JFF couldn't tell we were going with Amal Knight, man. So Amal Knight will not be featuring in this game from what I'm seeing here. And Kemar Foster is the one that has been brought in to replace him. So my question is, where is the third choice keeper? Where is the third choice keeper? Yeah, man, sports on the ball. We know the quality of the Mexican league, man. A proper league. Especially when they play MLS teams, When I rate the MLS highly as well. But when Mexican teams buck MLS teams, man. In the CONCACAF Champions League, problems, man. Sometimes they literally get balled, man. Yeah, man, I know the Mexican league is one of the best leagues in the Western Hemisphere. Top 5 leagues in the Western Hemisphere. Easy. So my question now is, where is our third choice keeper? It's so crazy. Foster is actually the starting Waterhouse keeper, And they roped in Hakeem Chambers. I guess them say youths, them want the third choice to be a young player. Relatively speaking, young player. I don't know. Costa Rica are poor in my opinion. And that's not is a disgrace in my opinion. I heard he got a knock and he will not be available. Alright, so let us look if Jamal Lowe is here. Is Jamal Lowe here, ladies and gentlemen? He's here. Number 9. Jamal Lowe is in the matchday squad. So, I don't know. And this was dropped 2 hours ago. This was dropped 2 hours ago. And by the way, Jamali Wait is also in the squad as well. Right? And he is, I don't know if he's the second or the third choice keeper, but he's in the squad as well. So them just dispatch of my boss there, Hakeem Chambers. Oh Lord. Oh dear. So guys, that's the match day squad on your screen. That is the match day squad on your screen. So again, Jordan Scarlett, Kemar Foster, and Jamali Wait has been added to the team. To be honest with you, I don't know much about Jamali Wait. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you think about this player, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you about Jordan Scarlett. I can tell you about Kemar Foster. But I don't know much about Jamali Wade, to be honest with you. And obviously, we know a lot about Andre Blake. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you think about Jamali Wade. I am way back in the comment section. Paul don't play to win. I see a point, Colin Quest. I see a point. I think he wants to win the way how he thinks is best is. I think he wants to win the way he thinks is best to win. Or he thinks that's the best way to get the result. By the way, smash the like button, guys. Free and easy ways to support the channel. Let me scroll down a bit in the comment section because I am so far back. Formula, all of the baller girls look good. You mean for the reggae girls? You mean for the reggae girls? Yeah, my reggae girls are big side, you know. Amal Knight sick. Oh yes, him have COVID now from me here. I think them say him have COVID. Yes. Yo, me's a man. Yo, my memory. Yo, if you're a young man, you know. Yo, my memory poor, you know, man. Yo, my memory poor. Topi is there. Yeah, man, I think Topi there, man. Yeah, man, Topi had the third name, pan. Yo. Yo. Boss, why you ask specifically about Topi Conrad Smith? Yo, no, rate Topi none talking. And by the way, we soon get into the starting. I'm going to show you the Mexican starting 11 that has been published. And I am going to show you what I think should be the best option for the starting 11. Seeing? Yeah, them just dash with Hakeem Chambers. Completely fling him out of the squad because him and Jamali Wade is actually the same age. I think they're the same age. Yeah, man, actually. Yeah, man, him have COVID. Yes. Yo, people, you have to remind me about things, you know, man, because my memory not so good, you know. Yeah, man, my memory not so good at all. Because me know, say, I'm all night have COVID, you know. And I just completely forget. Yeah, man, Dean Fraser, I'm all have. Wait is the third choice goalkeeper. I saw me, I realize. Yeah, man. Me see that, you know. Me see that, but what me I say is, like, me know that, but what me I say is, warm to Hakeem Chambers, then just completely dash him out of the squad completely. Then bring in two players, you know, two goalkeepers, you know, and just fling your bare arms out. You know why I say that? Because I have heard from credible sources, you know, the reason why Hakeem Chambers, well, the reason and who put him in the squad. Seeing? And that's one of the reasons why I asked Paul Hall the question in the press conference. You know, I asked Paul Hall the question, you know. There are many rumors circulating that you are not the individual responsible for picking this team. I asked him directly, Gaffer, are you the person responsible for selecting all the players in this CONCACAF Nations League squad? And him tell me yes. But I hear from credible sources that allegedly is a top man in the JFF fling Hakeem Chambers in the squad. Allegedly. I may hear it from multiple sources. So how all of a sudden matchday squad and Hakeem Chambers is not even the third choice goalkeeper? So sometimes you have to wonder what take place in a Jamaica's football. By the way, when I see the video where military do this morning, I never even see the article there, you know, that allegedly Wint is making some demands. In order for him to resign, there are certain demands that has to be met, allegedly. from what is being reported allegedly, those demands are not even in his contract. There's no basis for those demands. When you talk about Arms House, boy, make you leave it alone, because big match will come up and we don't want to dwell upon the negativity, but I just have to say this. I have to say this on that particular topic. See, I wonder, I'm soon show you guys the Mexican starting 11. But I wonder if it's a case where this particular individual is sticking up my crickets. Why is he taking such a hard and fast? Why is he driving such a hard bargain, so to speak? All I try and negotiate things that he has no basis, all I demands that he has no basis for. Remember, Prezi allegedly gave him this big something there in terms of monies that was supposed to be paid over for him resigning. What nearly $10 million? Remember, Dalton Wint is supposed to be tendering his resignation, and a JFF fire him. So him not supposed to be getting any payout. That is not standard. That is not the norm. That is not best practices. That is not what usually takes place when somebody resigns. And then when media outlets asked individuals in the JFF whose responsibility payout should fall under, asked for their comments on the alleged payout of nearly $10 million. Them said them no know about it. But yet still, even before the story broke, ladies and gentlemen, I got the letter, I received the letter with that my crickets allegedly emailed to Dalton Wint, telling him that he would be paid for the remainder of his contract. And Sportsmax confirmed that the letter was authentic. So allegedly, my crickets emailed the man say, yo, you're gonna get nearly a $10 million payout, basically. Him not supposed to entitle to the payout because him resigned. Allegedly, my crickets look like him go behind the box of, in other words, nobody in IJFF allegedly never seemed to know about this payout. And then Wint is basically allegedly sticking up the federation and making demands that allegedly are not in his contract. This sounds to me like a stick up. What kind of information Dalton Wint having that they filed upon my crickets? When my crickets allegedly are give payout where nobody else in the JFF never know about. Where Wint not supposed to be entitled to. Right, anyways, make go back to the game. Me just have to say that. That particular story of the demands being made was published today, and me just have to get that off of my chest, man. All right, back to footballing matters. All right, so let me hold on. Let me see if I can bring the Mexican starting 11 on your screen. Let me see if I can bring the Mexican starting 11 on the screen. Again, Alex, thanks for that one because I was looking for it all over the place and couldn't find it. So thanks for showing it, for sending it to me. Hold on, just working on trying to bring it up on screen. Give me a sec, guys. Work with me, man. Work with me. Give me a sec. Just looking for the Mexican starting 11 to show you guys. Hold on, I think this is it. Yes, okay, I have found it. I have found it. So I'm going to share it with you guys right about now. So you guys can see the Mexican starting 11. So there it is on your screen. And this is according to credible source, Tuden, you call it. I don't know the platform. I don't remember how you pronounce it. Or Tuden or something like that. But big credible Central American platform seen big authority when it comes to CONCACAF football, especially the Mexican national team, and to some extent the American team as well. So there you see it on your screen. There, guys, Santi Jimenez through the middle. Hold on. Hold on. Let me look at it on my phone. All right, so Pineda starts. Pineda, the Celta Vigo player, he starts. Santi Jimenez, he starts. He's playing through the middle, and he plays in the Mexican league. I wasn't that. If memory serves right, he started against Suriname. I wasn't really impressed with his performance against Suriname. He outlined the fact that he made clear the fact that Mexico has a bit of issue with regards to center forwards. Mexico has a bit of a problem there, right? Where the center forwards are concerned. Yes, they have Raul Jimenez and my boy that will come from Argentina. What name again, man? But the Argentine baller name again, man. You guys know who I'm referring to. But Jimenez is obviously a top quality center forward at his best. But zoom it in little. All right, cool. Hold on there. Raul Jimenez is obviously a top quality center forward at his best. But oh hell, hold on. But the issue with the Argentine forward is that while he is a good player technically and his hold-up play is very good and his work ethic is good as well, the problem with that Argentine forward, I think I zoomed it up a little bit too much. The problem with that Argentine forward is that his finishing is poor. So there you go, Eddie Guna. It is zoomed in. That's the best I can zoom it up with you seeing everybody on screen. So that's the Mexican starting lineup. So Pineda in the forward line, Santi Jimenez through the middle, seeing Antuna, who also plays his trade in the Mexican League, completes the forward line. Mexico, by the way, playing in a 4-3-3. Roma playing as the 6, Chavez playing as the 8, and Beltran playing as the 8, as another 8 as well. So both those players ply their trade in the Mexican League as well. And the defense line reads Gallardo, Angulo, Cata, and Kevin Alvarez. And all those players ply their trade in the Mexican League. So this with the X and a Cota, you pronounce it, but he wasn't the player that started in the Cota wasn't the player, the starting goalkeeper in the Suriname game. It was Carlos Acevedo. He was the one that started in the Mexico Suriname game. So Mexico have rung in the changes. There are quite a bit of players who started in the Suriname game that aren't starting in this particular game. So that's interesting. The LA Galaxy right back, he started in the Suriname game. He's not starting in this game. The Mexican goalkeeper who started in the Suriname game was Acevedo. He's not starting in this particular game. Pineda didn't start either. Diego Lainez isn't starting either. Diego Lainez started in the Suriname game, and he is not starting in this particular game either. So that's interesting. That is interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? What do you think about the starting 11? What do you think about the starting 11? What do you think about the starting 11? Very interesting starting 11. With some noticeable changes. Give me 1 second, guys. Just sorting out something behind the scenes here. Oh, hell, I wrong thing me I do, man. Wrong thing me I do. So basically, what you see highlighted on your screen, translated into English, means who is missing and who is left. We read them. So this is student basically announcing the Mexican starting 11. It's kind of very surprising that they have announced it so early. Right? We have not announced ours. So it's kind of not from my knowledge anyway. We only announced the matchday squad. So, all right. So again, that's the Mexican team. The Mexican starting 11 on your screen. They have rung in quite a bit of changes in this particular team. All right. Let me just read out the super chat from Pagan. Oh, it's a super sticker. Oh, there you go. Pagan, big up, boss. Manners and respect for the super sticker. Big up, big up. Yo, people, the comment section run well left me. Me there way around the back. All right. One last thing we want to touch on. I think this is the last thing I want to touch on before we get out of here. I want to talk a bit about the starting 11. What I personally would do as the starting 11. How my starting 11 would look. Let me share the starting 11 with you guys. Quick and fast. Yeah, man, Pagan one here today. The super sticker is much appreciated. Let me share what I would want my starting 11 to look like. You know, if I was the gaffer, wishful thinking. Let me zoom it in a bit. No, that zoom in a little bit too much. All right, I think it's good to go from what is on the screen. All right. So guys, look at that starting 11. Now hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. If you notice, if you look good enough, you notice that there's one name that I haven't filled out, one name that I haven't filled out. Who is that name? And you guys can drop your starting 11s in the comment section as well, you know. So, guys, whoever put a center back. All right, look on the screen. Look on the screen. Take a look on the screen. Amari Bell. All right, so the formation, first of all, is a 4-2-3-1. I think that served us relatively well the last time out. Well, some people argue it's a 4. Yeah, was it a 4-2-3-1 the last game or a 4-3-3? You know, no, you know, on second thought of memory, it was actually a 4-3-3, you know. Although many people would say, many footballing purists will argue that a 4-3-3 and a 4-2-3-1 is basically the same thing. But if memory serves me right, it was a 4-3-3 if we're gonna be literal about it. So my forward line is Junior Flemings, Shamar Nicholson, Leon Bailey. My midfield is Ravel Morrison, Speedy Williams, and Kevin Lambert. My back line is Amari Bell, Damian Lowe, and Javian Brown. But what kind of beat me still in? What kind of beat me still in? Who will go put at left centre back? People, Jordan Scarlett or Jamai Topi? Hit me in the comment section and make me know who am for flinging in the back line. Now, me personally, I think that overall, Scarlett would be a better player. I don't know if you guys agree with that. But this is a player that is just being roped. Has he played for Jamaica before? I think Scarlett played for the national team already, you know. Has he? Sloppy. Yo, what a wicked nickname. Sloppy. But yeah, man. So me basically, you know, Scarlett new into this particular national setup. Jamai Topi has been playing games for the national team in recent times. Now, here's the thing with Topi. Here's where I give Topi the edge. Paul Hall's system is very anybody but Sloppy. Paul Hall's system, yeah, that's the thing, Michael Woodburn. Paul Hall's system, by the way, I see IMAX it in the house. Big up IMAX it. Big up, big up. You know, when I don't understand with this player, a lot of people don't seem to know this player, you know. Because people, quite a couple of people ask me when I know about this player, you know. Because even Brian showed me there and Brian say, yo, dog, you know about Scarlett? But when him asked me if I know about Scarlett, I thought he was referring to the U20 player. Afterwards, I realized say, are the Tampa Bay Rowdies player him asked me about. This player seems to fly under the radar pretty heavily, you know. A lot of people, even people who are like religious followers of Jamaican football, a lot of them ask me, and a lot of them may hear say, even Manning's man me here earlier said to they say he has never seen Scarlett play. Now, me personally, I have seen him play. I haven't seen him play a ton load of times, but I have seen him play enough, I think, to make a fair assessment, a relatively fair assessment of the player, that I do think that according to USL standards, he is a quality USL centre-back. Bearing in mind also that this is a player who captains Tampa Bay Rowdies. He captains Tampa Bay Rowdies, and they would have gone to the USL final just last season. If they lost the final, I think they lost it 3-1 if memory serves me right. See, so according to USL standards, he is a very high quality centre back, but that is USL standards. See? Okay. A lot of people asking me about this player. look, I think overall, from what I've seen of both him and Topi, I think Jordan Scarlett is the better player in terms of his overall game. But I think that Topi's passing out from the back and his range of passing and his ability to build the play out from the back successfully and do so with line breaking passes, I would give him that the edge over. I would give Topi the edge where that is concerned over Scarlett. And also given the fact that Scarlett is new to this setup, more than likely Paul Hall is going to start Topi. Now, I know say a bag of arms house about for kick off in the comment section because I know say no heap of people now want Slopey, but Topi aka Slopey back into the starting 11. Scarlett is definitely also a more mobile option, and his reaction, his defensive reaction is far better than Topi. Topi's reaction is very slow. His reaction on respective plays, and he's not very alert. Topi is not the most alert when it comes to danger, in terms of recognizing a dangerous situation and being proactive with that dangerous situation. Scarlett is far better than Topi where that is concerned from what I have seen of Scarlett. Seen? And Topi is so slow. Topi is not very athletic, He's a massive young man, Seeing, if I'm not mistaken, he's over 6'5", right? He's about 6'5", 6'6", if I'm not mistaken. And he's not an athletic 6'5" either. Like you have some, generally speaking, really tall people aren't the most athletic, but you have people like a Usain Bolt who is really tall but very athletic. Seeing? Topi is really tall, but he's not athletic. So when you're watching, when you're watching him play, it's almost like you're watching him in slow-mo. He turns very slowly. He moves very slowly. He runs very slowly. Seeing, he's just very, very slow. And even from a technical know-how standpoint, he's very slow because, as I said, he's not the quickest when it comes. He's not very proactive when it comes to recognizing danger. So the thing about it, though, is I think that Topi, from an attacking transitional standpoint, especially on the left side of the center back area, I think he is better suited for Paul Hall's system. Because from what I have seen of Scarlett, the games that I remember seeing of Scarlett, he might have played as a right center back or as a sweeper in a back three at Tampa Bay Rowdies. I don't know. I can't recall ever seeing him play on the left-hand side of back two or back three. So honestly, let me look at the comment section and see what the comment section is saying. Because honestly, there are pros and cons to both, Put up a poll. Yo, Lanesra, I need to learn how to do the poll in a Lanesra. Yo, so I Google it one time, but I need to learn how to do the poll. Honestly, I don't know how to run the poll, Lanesra. I don't remember how to run the poll. As soon as that stream is done, I'm going to Google it one time and wrap my brain around it, but I forget it. And it's because I never implemented it in practice. I only read the instructions as to how to do it, so it never really connect too tough. Oh, brain. Why you stay so, brain? Brain, why you stay so? Virgin. Like, what wrong with fear you them, Virgin? Oh, every little thing you just spot and every little thing you just see, so, Virgin. Virgin, yo, you have, what you call it? 2020 vision, that's what you call it? Virgin. You just spot every little thing, Virgin. I think I might be using 2020 vision in the wrong context. But Virgin, you just spot everything, so Virgin. Jaja, you just when we rate to the Virgin, you pay attention to the very small details, Virgin. That can be a good trait, but it can also be a very annoying trait as well. But big up yourself, brain drain. Let's play Scarlet with Low. Michael Woodburn said, let's play Scarlet with Low. Here is what art. Here's the pros for that and here's the cons for that, right? I think Scarlet is the second best centre back we have in this team right now. From what I have seen of Scarlet, I think he's the second best centre back in the team right now. I think overall he's a better centre back in terms of his overall game than Jamal Topi. Seen? Cool. But here's the problem I have with it now. He has just been roped into the national setup, into this particular national setup. He has just been roped in. So is it wise to fling a player, to draft a player out of thin air and fling him in at the starting 11? I don't think he has had much training time with the boys either. Whereas Jamal Topi, has been playing games of late for our national team. If I'm not mistaken, Topi has played alongside Damian Lowe as well in recent times. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section on that. But if I'm not mistaken, Topi and Lowe has played together in recent times as well. So from a chemistry standpoint, will the chemistry be there? Is it wise to throw him into the setup? No. Into the starting 11? No. Against this Mexico team. This is where the selection process needs to be beaten now, And the thing with Scarlett, I've never seen Scarlett on the left-hand side. And I've never seen Scarlett play on the left-hand side of a back 2 or back 3. So I don't know what he's capable of playing on that side. And also, I don't want it to be a scenario where you switch Low and put him at left centre back and put Scarlett at right centre back, and to start Scarlett, and you have the right hand side of the defense being inexperienced, like what took place in the last game against Suriname at the National Stadium that would have cost us on the first goal. Remember, we looked a lot more assured on the right-hand side of our back line when Lowe and King was swapped. So I don't want to have two relatively inexperienced national defenders on the right-hand side of our back line. And I have never seen Scarlett play on the left side of our back line to know what he's capable of. Yo, honestly, it's just a shame I don't know how to run the pool, man. It's just a shame I don't know how to run the pool. Scarlett played with who? With Lowe. If that is true, I don't remember that though. I don't remember that. Because I've never seen Scarlett for the national team, I don't remember seeing Scarlett for the national team. Not off the top of my head, I don't remember it. But I telling you earlier in the stream, say my memory is the worst. The only time I've seen Scarlett plays for club, I've seen him for Tampa Bay. All right, I am going to go out on a limb. Here's what's going to decide it for me. He can't do worse than Topi. All right, I Maxi. Cool. As I say, I don't remember Scarlett playing for the national team. But if you said that your commenter said that he has played with Low, then I will take your word for it. Colin, that's an interesting comment. Him can't do worse than Topi. Here's my thing though. You see these Mexican forwards, especially the wingers, you know, they might get, especially when they move into the half spaces to be a goal threat, they might cause Topi a fair amount of problems given Topi's lack of mobility. So hence he might be a defensive liability. Luckily for us, my boy, they are Real Betis. What name? What the Real Betis winger name again, man? Lioness. Luckily for us, Lioness isn't starting. But one expects for him to make a substitute appearance. More than likely, he will be one of the first Mexico substitutes onto the pitch. So when he does indeed make an appearance, will we want him moving into the half spaces, looking to take on a Jamal Tope 1v1? Would you want any of these Mexican forwards running at Jamal Tope, given his lack of mobility? You know what? Ooh. Your people me genuinely don't know who to put. All right. I'm gonna go with Jordan Scarlett. I'm gonna go with Jordan Scarlett. Because as I say, Scarlett is a good ball playing centre back, you know. He can do the job that Paul requires his centre backs to do where playing out of the back is concerned. Right? And those line breaking passes to find forwards that are, you know, peeling in front of the fullbacks and dropping into the hole between the midfield and the defense line in the half spaces. I believe Scarlett can find those passes and pick out those forwards or wingers like Flemmer and Bailey in the half spaces. I believe Scarlett has that quality. I don't think he's as good as Tope where that is concerned, but I think he's a good option to do that. And then when you look at the standpoint of overall, I think he's just a better player and a better defender than Tope. I'm going to go with Scarlett. By the way, I hear people say that Scarlett is a CDM. Is there any truth to that? Educate me in the comment section, guys. The games that I have seen with Scarlett is as a centre back. Off the top of my head, I can't remember seeing a game with Scarlett where him play as a CDM. Can Scarlett play as a centre back? And if so, who would you rate more? Do you rate Lambert as a CDM or do you rate Scarlett? Who's the better CDM? If Scarlett can play as a CDM. Because, I mean, one would say Scarlett or Lambert at the back are better options than Tope. I agree. But who we are going to put in at the midfield? That's the big question. We need a CDM, especially against this Mexico team. So that's where Lambert has to factor in the CDM position to help to provide that shield to the back line. Because as I said, I've never seen Scarlett play as a CDM. But I hear people saying that the player can play as a CDM. Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, Owen, I trust your footballing knowledge, you know. And if you say that Lambert is more of a natural CDM than Scarlett, then I don't want Scarlett in my midfield then. Because I have no time for Lambert as a CDM. Just because we have to make do because he's the only one in the team right now. And if Lambert is more of a natural CDM than Scarlett, then I'm gonna have no time for Lambert as a CDM. Then I also have time for Scarlett as a CDM. So one say, all right, there you go. And these are gentlemen that I trust their footballing opinions and knowledge. And both of them say one say Scarlett don't look like any CDM to me. As I say, I have only seen the player play centre back. So I don't know about him as a CDM. But if people like Owen and Wun are saying that Lambert is the better option at CDM, then so be it. So be it. So it is not an option to swap Scarlett and Lambert in terms of put Lambert in the centre back role and put Scarlett in the midfield. That is clearly not an option. So that's my starting 11 on screen now, ladies and gentlemen. 4-3-3. Andre Blake in goal, Amari Bell at left fullback. Jordan Scarlett, I gave him the edge over Topi. I think Topi might be a little bit of a defensive liability, where his mobility is concerned against the very dangerous Mexican wingers, especially if a Lioness is to feature in this particular game. Because Scarlett is a good defender. From what I've seen of him, he's a real quality defender, right? Again, quality is relative to the USL, but he seems a top class USL defender. So I think he should be a decent option to play there for us in this particular game. Damian Lowe to partner up with him as well at the centre back position. Javane Brown at right back. Speedy and Lambert occupying the pivot positions. Ravel, Marston at number 10. Junior Flemings, Shamar Nicholson, and Leon Bailey occupy the forward line. So guys, hit me up in the comment section. Specialization says Scarlett over Topi. I agree. Big up formula. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you guys think of this starting 11. What you guys, I think it's the best starting 11. All right, Kemarker, cool, manners and respect. Manners and respect. Bless up, Blair video, bless up. Jer, me need for link in a boss. Look how long me in a link. Yeah, deal with. Look how long me in a link. Jer, mood mind drop the link, And you come give a few words about the upcoming game, if you're in a position to be able to do so. Let me know if you can jump on the stream, Jer. Because I'd love to hear your opinion on this particular upcoming game. Laugh out loud, I'd rather Lambert at CDM and Scarlett as the centre back. Okay. Who knows that Lambert is not good. Here's something that could, guys, hit me up in the comment section and grade this particular starting 11. And also, let me know what you think about this particular idea. Because, all right, here's the problem that I'm having. Let us do a little bit by the way, Blair video, before we talk about this, thanks to the super chat Blair video. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, Blair video. And your support to the channel, man. You give us a lot of support, man. And we really do appreciate it. You're always tuning into our videos, so we do appreciate it. And we do appreciate it, Blair video. And that's what I'm coming to, to Jerry. This is what I'm coming to, Jerry. Because Speedy in the last game was the pivot tasked with receiving the ball from the back line and kickstarting our attack, so to speak. See, there are some plays when we push the team high up the pitch and the centre backs were the one tasked with starting the play. But on a number of occasions, Speedy was the player tasked with receiving the ball from the defenders and basically kickstarting the attack. Now, what I am saying is that Speedy did a okay job. To be fair, he did a good job of it in the game against Suriname, in the second game. Because remember, Lambert was actually the player tasked with, having that particular task in the Suriname game. And we all saw that Lambert was atrocious. I mean, he was killing the attack. Seen? So he's just a player that is there to shield the backline and be a link pivot for his fellow pivot to be able to work off of. Seen? But my thing though, Jer, is that is Speedy good enough to be able to kickstart the attacks against Mexico? He did a good job of it against Suriname, but this is a slightly different animal. This team is obviously a better team, and their front press is far more intense. Is Speedy good enough to evade that pressure? Is he good enough to be tasked with kickstarting the attacks and being that first pivot to receive the ball from out the back line and play that sort of a controller role, deeper line pivot controller role? Because in the Suriname game, we had two midfielders that was helping. In the second Suriname game, we had two midfielders that was really helping us to control the game. And that was Speedy from a deeper line position and Ravel, as a top link. If Slow P start to lose formula. So what I am here thinking about now is, would it be best, because Speedy is not a number 10. Everybody knows that. I don't think Speedy is a good enough number 10 at this international level, at this higher level. Since I don't want Speedy to be playing number 10 in this particular game. But what I am thinking of is this possible, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you something. What you guys think about this? What you guys think about this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Ravel Morrison playing as a number 8 in this particular game, being tasked with controlling the game from a deeper position and having McGee as the top link to provide the creativity there. Is Speedy good enough to control the game from a deeper position and evade the pressure against Mexico? Is he good enough to do it in this game? He was good enough to do it in the last Suriname game. Is he good enough to do it successfully in this game? And if you don't think he's good enough to do that, to be that controller from the number 8 position, the deeper line pivot position, what you think about dropping Ravel deeper to play as a number 8, a controller to help to guide the progression of the ball up the pitch, and have McGee play as a top link, number 10, to add that creativity? I would drop Ravel back deeper like that. I would pick Bailey in the number 10 and low on the wing. That's interesting. That is interesting, 1-1. That is interesting, 1-1. And that's a fair point as well. That's a fair point as well, 1-1. That's an interesting point. Yeah, DJ. Yeah, Pagan. Yeah. I agree. And that is also a fair point as well, Damian Hilton. McGee does not help defensively. Speed is a better defensive cover in midfield. But here's the thing though, Damian Hilton. Generally speaking, I agree with you. But here's where I slightly disagree. McGee in the national team, in most of his last number of performances, has held his own on the defensive side of things, in my opinion. I know many people disagree with that, but I think he has done relatively well from a defensive standpoint in probably the last 5-6 times he has represented Jamaica. I think if Paul tells him to go there and put in the work from a defensive standpoint, I think he will do it. and tell him to play for his game. So, I don't know. I don't know which. Yeah. I wish we had Grant or Stewart instead of Speedy, I swear. Our downfall with Speedy is that he doesn't have the necessary position as a CM/CDM, so he won't be reading the lines as he should. It's also a shame that we don't have Jordan Cousins in this team as well either. David Davis is a player that I have a lot of time for as well, you know. The problem is that David Davis is in his 30s. Thank you. No, but no, Branger. No, me just about to say thank you and then me realize say you it a come from. No, Branger. Me can't use you as a credible source for help for back up my argument, brain. Cause everybody knows say you're biased towards Maggie. You're not objective on the Maggie topic at all. I'm happy when me hear somebody concur with me in the comment section and then me say are you. Can't run with your opinion on Maggie at all, brain drain. Speedy is not a great CDM, but he is the best that we have in the squad. I am not worried. Here's the thing though. Hold on, where's that comment? Who made that comment earlier? So we can get real creative with it, Jer. Interesting. But and that would say, because what I was about to say is that basically Speedy would just be a link man in midfield, so to speak. And I was about to say, why not go with Maggie? Because Maggie would be the better link option. But then, on the flip side to it, many would argue that this coming from Jerry would hold more weight because Speedy would put in more defensive, would put him more on the defensive side of things. So he would be a bit more than just a link man in midfield for Ravel to work off of. All right. I think we're getting creative with it, Jer. I think I agree with this. By the way, Jer, you can't forward on the stream, Jer? Jer, me and your bridge, you did me so. We want to hear some words from you, Jer. We're getting creative with it, Jer. Just like how Paul Hall got creative with the pivot players in the second Suriname game. We're getting creative with it in this particular game. I think this is the best thing I've heard with regard to the construction of the midfield, and I think I concur with Jermila. So I'm gonna put back Devon Speedy Williams in the mix. But here's the thing though, Jer. A lot of the creativity will come from Ravel, Ravel is really going to have to ball out in this game, because he's going to have to play two roles in midfield. And he's going to have to do it very well. He's going to have to play the role of a controller from the deeper line pivot position. And he's also going to have to play the role of a creator when the interchanging takes place and he finds himself, in that number 10 role. So basically the moral of the story is that Ravel is going to have an outstanding game for us. I think one of the most important things in this particular game, yeah man, my figure, Jerry, my figure, no problem. But one of the most important things in this particular game is that at the very least, even if we don't win the midfield battle, at the very least, we have to be very competitive where the midfield battle is concerned. We have to be very competitive, and in an ideal world, we should try and see if we can, get the upper hand in the midfield. I think it's very crucial. I don't want to see Paul going out there and being more pragmatic and surrendering the midfield at home against this particular Mexico team. I know he has a lot of respect for this particular Mexico team, but as stated in the headline or the topic for this particular video, I do believe that this Mexico team is beatable, but in order to beat this Mexico team, we have to be positive. We have to go there with a mentality that we can beat this Mexico team. Seeing? So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's about it. I think that's about it for this particular game. I think it's going to be a very close game. I don't think a lot is going to separate these two teams at the end of the day. By the way, you know what could work 2-1? We could start Kahim Paris and put, no, well, I wouldn't start Paris over low. I wouldn't start Paris over low. I wouldn't start Paris over Jamal Low. By the way, Jamal Low never really impressed me all that much in the last game, I mean, yes, he did score, but I never really all that impressed with his performance in the last game. Yes, Aston Villa FC beat them by the likes, man. Me have to button up like Ryan LFC for getting to like up my stream, guys. Come on, man. Basically 100 people on the stream and I only have 85 likes. Come on, man. Knock up the like button, man. Free and easy way to support the Formula Sports channel and free and easy way to give the youths them a strength. Playing two roles sound exhausting. To be fair, he did do it in the last game, It's just that he had more help where controlling the game was concerned because Speedy kind of rose to the occasion. Can Speedy rise to the occasion against Mexico? Yeah, man, I agree. Speedy not a 10 at this level. Not a 10 at this level. He doesn't possess the creativity to cut it at this particular level. I think I big up Tennessee earlier in the chat as well. Big up Tennessee. Big up. All right, so guys, I think that's about it for my preview. The game gets underway at 7. At 7 o'clock, the game starts. I can't tell you right now when my watch along will start, to be honest with you, because I have to talk to somebody first. Because I kind of planned a collaborative effort where the watch along is concerned. So you guys can watch out for my watch along coming up a little later. Don't know the exact time as yet. The person that I planned the collaborative effort with is having a very busy day today. So, but yeah, so guys, I think we have covered it all for this particular preview. I expect a good game. I expect a very competitive game. I expect a close game. I would love for our wingers. One of the things with Mexico is that their fullbacks tend there's a huge emphasis on the wingers moving into the half spaces to be a goal threat and the fullbacks overlapping. Players like Junior Flemings and Leon Bailey must seek to get in behind those fullbacks and exploit that space when the Mexican fullbacks get forward and overlap. We have to be quick in transition. Suriname was dangerous, and Suriname is not even a team that has a lot of speed in their ranks, but yet still they had some dangerous moments against Mexico in the last game Mexico played in attacking transition. So if we can really get going in attacking transition and move the ball very quickly and get in behind the Mexican fullbacks, then we should be able to do some damage where that is concerned. Shamar Nicholson has to step up, and Shamar Nicholson's hold-up play is going to have to improve. In the last particular game, I don't think his hold-up play was very good. As a matter of fact, his whole entire game was not the best last particular game. So he definitely has to come to the party this particular game, and his hold-up play will have to be very good. We have to get the combination in midfield right, both from a combination standpoint, from a starting mid-11 for the midfield standpoint, in terms of who starts in the midfield. We have to get the combination right, and the roles and the functions, we have to get it right, and they have to be perfectly executed in order for us to stand a chance at holding our own in the midfield against this particular game. Our fullbacks are going to have to be on their P's and their Q's. Mexico likes to target the flanks, right? We should be targeting their flanks as well, but and their wing channels. But Mexico, especially with their overlapping fullbacks, but Mexico likes to create overloads in wide areas, in the wing channel. We saw it in the last game against Suriname. So that is something that we have to be very, very mindful of, and we have to, do our best to try and negate, double the Mexican wingers doubling up on our fullback, so to speak, right? Mexico, they like to, have their wingers move into the half spaces to be a goal threat, or, play give and goes to get in behind the defense line. They have those patterns of play that they use to break the defense line, or, have the wingers drift into the half spaces, try and see if they can shift the fullback out of position and have the fullbacks making the overlapping runs, getting in behind and getting either short, low crosses into the box or aerial crosses into the box. So the moral of the story is we have to be mindful of the wing play of the Mexicans, and we have to be hopeful as well in this game that the trend of Mexico not being clinical where their end product is concerned continues in this particular game. It would also be very interesting to see how we deal with the Mexican press. So guys, that's basically it for the preview. We wish the Reggae Boyz all the best. As I said, Mexico beatable, but we have to be positive, we have to be confident in this particular game and try and play on the front foot. We have to be careful of our defensive transition as well in trying to play on the front foot. Wish the Reggae Boyz all the best. I think me have a vibe, me have an energy, me have a feeling that we're gonna beat Mexico in this game and start our history against Mexico in this CONCACAF Nations League with a victory. So we wish the Reggae Boyz all the best in this particular game later on tonight. Respect formula, good people, free and easily. Hit the like button as you depart for no good reason. Yeah, man. It was a good preview. And thanks to all the commenters for supporting, whether it be with your viewership or with your viewership and your comments. As always, the support is much appreciated. Smash the like button on your way out, guys. Free and easy ways to support the channel. You know what? Aston Villa FC, I'm going to agree with this scoreline. And I said Pagan. Oh, no, but Pagan, no, Pagan. I not agree with that scoreline, no. Pagan, Mexico 2-1 with the victory. No, Pagan, I can't agree with that. I more agree. I more agree with Aston Villa FC. that the Reggae Boyz will come out on top, 2-1 victor. I think that's a realistic scoreline. If we can put away our chances, because that is something that we have not been the best at either in recent times. So I think we can beat Mexico 2-1. I think that's a realistic scoreline. So guys, that's my 2 cents again. Thanks for turning out to the watch along. Much appreciated. Smash the like button on your way out. And see you guys for the watch along a little bit later. So take care, guys.